Confirm if you can see my screen, please. Can you see my screen? Is it readable? Not readable. Good. Mm. Let's see if it's readable now. Is it readable now? All right. So you're welcome to week 4. This week we want to look at the project, the new project I shared with you. Remember I shared a project last week with us. We are yet to hear from the CEO of that project. So I'm taking up another one while we wait for them. If we finish this and they come on board, then we can also do. Otherwise, we'll find something else to do. But this is actually challenging, you know. So this project is about host tool AI bots. If I leave it as AI bots, it's more of agents. It's an agent or agentic. How many of you are familiar with agentic? Have you heard about agentic before? Are you familiar? What do you know about it? Yes, please. Anyone? No. Okay, okay. We shall know, and that's why we are here. If we know it all, I'm not sure we should have been here. Can you see this on the screen? Okay. I can increase the fonts. Yeah, I think this is better. So I say here, imagine you are the manager of several short-term rental properties, that's Host2, on platforms like Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com. At least Booking.com, you should have heard about Booking.com, Airbnb. I'm not sure I've heard so much as Vrbo. And every day, that's you have a rental company or you have a rental website like Booking.com. And every day gets sent messages. And what happens? Mm, I wonder why I'm struggling with this. Every day they get sent messages. And some of these messages include, how can we check in earlier than 3 p.m.? Probably they booked by 3 p.m. and they want to check in earlier than that. Other messages could be, the chair in the living room is broken. We are celebrating our 10th year anniversary. And other messages could be something like, okay, thank you. And you're asking. So imagine you have all these messages coming in. And the host spent hours responding to some of these messages every day. And they are repeated questions. So you have repeating answers. And trying not to miss essential requests at the same time. Host tool is a platform that already automates many of these messages or many of these tasks, such as synchronizing calendars, sending schedules, checking details. They have this. However, host wants something more interactive, more intuitive, and you need a customer care on the go to be able to manage every host. Remember, it's a tool. It's not just the hotel. You have different hotels that subscribe to your tool. So an AI assistant can respond to the guest messages in real time and also highlight the necessary actions. So basically, that is what the project is all about. Let me see what. That's what this project is all about. So here, our task in this project is to build an AI agent for this host tool that could help them, one, respond only when needed. Because sometimes the host might just say, okay, after discussion, conversation, say thank you. And because it is a pre-recorded message or task or something like the chatbot, you see the chatbot responding. You know how AI behaves. Sometimes you just know that this is a robot answering you, and the owner of host do not want it to look like an robot response. So the AI must also stay silent. Yes, like when someone says thank you, you can say welcome or keep quiet. So if the guest asks something like Wi-Fi, it must provide information politely. So what you're also building, we also expected to measure the confidence level of the AI reply. such that if AI is saying something, you should be able to provide a confident level like 85% confident that what is saying is correct or is high. And if it is low, you should be able to alert the human agent, that's alert host to themselves, so that they could respond to that message instead of using the agents. You should also be able to dictate reservation changes. If a guest was meant to check in by 5 p.m. and the guest now changes his mind or her mind to check in by 2 p.m., the guest should be able to, the tool should be able to accommodate that, as if you're calling a receptionist to reschedule your appointment, your booking for you. What if your guest now intend to come with a pet and they need to let you know about it to prepare for it, or an extended stay? You know, all these are services of the receptionist on real time. So we should be able, the AI should be able to extract this information and return a structured data to the guests without delay on real time. Also, we are supposed to build a tool that can capture actionable issues, such as if the guy reports that there are broken issues, breaking chairs, missing supplies, dirty, maybe dirty window or dirty curtain, the AI should be able to list clearly in JSON so that the host can make or can take action on this. Also, the system or the agent should be able to provide the guest mood. So each message should be analyzed for sentiment such as positive, negative, or neutral. Then lastly, we should be able to produce structured outputs such that everything must be structured in JSON objects in a clearly mapped out fields. Not such plain text, not just a plain text. So this makes it possible for host 2 to plug an AI directly into their system. The owner of host 2, the CEO of host 2, is a software engineer, is a system developer. So remember, what that means is that we're working with someone who is already into the system. He agrees, or he agrees to be having meeting with us from time to time. Okay. So what do we need for this project? What tools do we need for the projects? We need an N8N. An N8N is a no-code stroke low or code automation platform where you can build workflows step by step. We also need an OpenAI API that could help us generate replies, classify intents to positive, negative, and also be able to help us to analyze the sentiment of the guests. We need a JSON data. So that this JSON data will receive guest and host messages history, listing details and quick replies in a JSON format. We also need tools to help us test what we have built, and this will be provided by the host tool company, that's the CEO of this company. They're also going to give us some sample data sets to build, to use for the project. They have also promised us that they will be providing us with N8N or make account to start the development. Prepare for your question. So, why is this project important to us? This project is important to us because, one, we are not just doing classroom exercise. We are doing real world, we are solving real world problems faced by a property manager worldwide. This could be deployed in any other company. So here, we are going to be automating guest communication, which will save host tool valuable time and improve the guest experience. It also demonstrates how AI can go beyond conversation chatbots to support business decisions, such as updating reservation, reporting maintenance issues, and alerting hosts about their unhappy guests. What do we stand to learn in this project? By the end of this project, we are expected to, one, design and test an AI prompt that can control the chat control behavior. We are also expected to build a structured workflow in N8N and connecting multiple nodes or make. We are also expected to be able to handle data inputs such as guest messages and outputs in a structured JSON format. We're also expected to evaluate the chatbot performance using real guest conversations. So it's not just building a model, and the model, and we evaluate the model, and if see the model performance tells with 80% accuracy. But here, the chatbot should be able to, or the model we're building should be able to provide a real time evaluation, such that if it's not so confident of what to respond, it should tell the human agent to intervene. It should also be able to recognize limitations of the current model, such as low confidence and ambiguity, and design a fallback strategy. The fallback strategy could be maybe where they could reach out to the Slack. That's where the human agents need to intervene. So what is your role as a student? As a student in artificial intelligence for this project, you are supposed to study expert system, how expert system handle decision rules. If the confidence is less than 7% or 70%, it should escalate to host. You should be able, as a software, as a artificial intelligence and expert system students, should be able to apply natural language processing for intent classification and sentiment analysis. You should also be able to, but what you should learn from this project or your role is to practice AI integration by combining data, model, and automation tools using any automation platform, you shall decide. But I'm looking at any. You should also be able to document the entire process. This will include the strength of the project, the limitations, that's the challenges you encounter, and what are the possible future enhancements that might be required for this project. So how can we connect this host to or the project? What is it all about? So we say, think of the AI agent as a junior receptionist in a hotel. It knows when to answer routine questions. It takes notes when it gets reports a problem. It answers tricky questions like discounts or rule changes to the manager. It passes it to the manager. It also keeps track of guest feeling. How are our guests feeling? So in all, we can say that your job is to train the receptionist using AI and workflows so that it works reliably, efficiently, and patiently. That is your job as a student working on this project. Finally, what are the deliverables? The deliverables is that by the end of the project, you should be able to present the workflow using any of the platforms, or preferably any N8N that runs chatbot end to end. You should also be able to present set of JSON output for different test guest messages. You should also be able to provide a short report that shows, number one, what the chatbot can do currently, the present state of the chatbot, which I've explained to us. Number two, the limitations and the possible risk, recommendation for future improvements, and stuff like that. So basically, that is what this project is all about. Yes, let me hear from you. Let's discuss it. I will need to stop streaming now.